All right, hey guys. So today I want to walk you through how I create my landing pages using WordPress. I know a lot of people like to use lead pages, and I think lead pages is great for creating landing pages. But for those of you who are looking for, maybe a more affordable or free way to create your lead page or your landing pages, WordPress is really great and it has some pretty cool features depending on what theme you use. And so today, for those of you who use WordPress or you're looking to use WordPress to create your landing pages, I want to walk you through just how to do that. But do know that there's some great options out there. Lead pages is my next best recommendation. They're great. But for those of you who are looking to use WordPress for your landing pages, I just want to show you how you can do this really easily. I'm a huge fan of WordPress, so I love to use WordPress to create my landing pages. Now, when I say landing pages, this could mean something different to everybody. Some people call it an opt-in page, a landing page, a lead magnet page, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to show you how to create one of those inside WordPress today. So right now, you can see up here, I'm at selllikearebel.com. This is just my website. So I'm here on my website, and you can see that I'm already logged in because there's this black bar at the top, and it's got all kinds of tabs and different elements up here that I can click on to go ahead and edit or create a new page or add a new page or something inside my WordPress account. So once you log in, this is what it will look like. So I'm going to walk you through. So this is my main page, but what I want to show you guys is how to create, an opt-in page. So I'm going to take you here. We're going to go to dashboard. So I'm just going into my admin section here so I can show you guys. I want to show you a page I already have created, and then I'm going to walk you through how I created it. So I come over here to the left. I just click on my pages. Okay, so obviously mine opens up to a bunch of my pages, but over here up to the top right, you'll see that you have a bar, like a search bar. And so I'm just going to type in template. And the reason I'm doing that is when I have a page that converts really good, whether it's an opt-in page, a sales page, an upsell page, a thank you page, whatever page it is, if I get really good results from that page, I save it as a template because I don't want to work harder than I have to. So if a page does really good, I want to save it as a template right inside WordPress so that I can just keep reusing it, and all I have to do is go in and tweak and edit it a little bit. But the page itself and the layout is already done. And so I do this with my sales pages as well because this is it's super fast. I can create an opt-in page in just a couple of minutes by doing this versus having to create a brand new opt-in page from scratch every single time I want to create a page. So what I do is I just take a page that converts really good. I make a copy of it. So you can see here you can clone pages. I just clone it, and then I change the title of it to add template so that, when I search, I can just come here and search template, and all of my pages that I want to reuse and repurpose will show up versus having to go into all of my pages and search for a particular page. I don't want to do that. Again, I want to work smarter, not harder. And so what I'll do is I'll take a page that converted well or did really well. I'll clone it, and then I'll just title it whatever it is. So opt-in page, template, sales page, template. And then when I search template, those things come up. So I have a thank you page, group invite template. I have a sales page template. I have 2 opt-in templates. I have a waitlist page template. And I'm always adding to this. And these allow me to just really create pages really quickly. So today we're going to do an opt-in page, and I have 2 here that I've already saved as templates because these ones converted really well. They did a good job, and they were really fast and easy. And those are two things I really like. And so what I would do, I would come in here, and if I have more than one option, I want to look at both of them so that I can see why did I save both and which one do I like better. So I'm just going to kind of show you these real quick. I'm going to open up both of them. Okay, so this is opt-in page template. This is basically one of my opt-in pages. This is what it looks like. It's really simple. It's 4 stupid simple steps to planning a blockbuster webinar. Get your free masterclass training and learn how to plan out your first or next profitable webinar. Enter your name and email below to get started. They enter their name, their email, and they click watch the free masterclass. This one converted really well. For me, it worked great. Pretty much, we had, a good turnout with the people that hit the page and the people that signed up. It's a very clean page. It stands out. It's got the catchy headline here, which is very easy to see and read. I'm letting them know what they're going to learn or what they're going to get on the training. I am telling them the next step. And then I've made this really easy to give your name, your email address, watch the free masterclass. There's no distraction. When I create these, it's a standalone page, which means there's no navigation bar, there's no sidebar, there's no other call to actions. It's literally just my opt-in. So you really want to make sure that you, regardless of what software, whether you're using WordPress or Lead Pages, doesn't really matter. You want it to be clean, easy to read, have a little color, have a catchy, really juicy, catchy headline that stands out. You don't want to crowd it, you don't want to make it confusing, and you don't want to have distractions, so you don't want to be taking people off this page onto other pages, so like the navigation bar, for example, you wouldn't want them to see that on an opt-in page or a sales page because they're going to see things up there and they're going to start to click. And that means they're going to move away from your opt-in page and they're going to start clicking elsewhere. You also don't want a sidebar because, again, you don't want to distract people and you don't want them veering off this page. You want them to come here and very easily, very quickly, they just need to be able to opt in. Okay, so this is one of my pages. Another opt-in page is, again, it's the same layout. As you can see, it's exactly the same layout. I just changed this font here, so I kind of made this italic. And of course, the title is different. What they're going to learn and what we're going to do on the webinar is, of course, different on the training. But this is all the same. And I'll even show you another one. If you go to selllikearebel.com/, we have 30 days. So here's another training. This is an opt-in page. This one's a little different. Now, if you were to cut from here down off this page, this is exactly the same. You can see it here. It's exactly the same layout. The only difference with this one is because it's a bigger deal. We're talking 30 days. They absolutely need to know what we're going to be doing over the 30 days. That's a bit of time, right? So I went out and I listed, here's what you will learn, okay? And then I did bullet points of everything that they're going to learn over the next 30 days in this free training. And of course, right here it says too, learn proven and actionable strategies to boost your sales faster, easier, and authentically. Just enter your name and email to get started, and then that's it, right? So this was a very, very simple opt-in page as well. I mean, we just put our bullet points here, so that was pretty simple. Okay, so now what I want to show you, okay, is so you could do either of these, and here's the thing, you have to test what works for you. I have created landing pages before that were recommended from other people, and they got baller results from those opt-in pages. But when I did it, I didn't really get that great of results. So you have to test and tweak. You may have to include more to your opt-in page, or maybe less, or maybe it could work just like this. I'm just showing you how to create these. and I'm showing you some examples of mine, and I'm giving you some tips. But you essentially, ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to go test out a few different types of opt-in pages to see what works best for you. The way that you'll know they're working is that you're getting results. If you're driving traffic to your opt-in page and people are hitting the page but not opting in, then it's not a traffic problem. It is an opt-in page problem. So you need to tweak something on the opt-in page. If you are driving traffic to the page but nobody's hitting the page, it's a traffic problem. Nothing to do with your opt-in page. So you see, you have to tweak and play around, and you have to figure out, you know, what works for you. And at the end of the day, just know that you have to drive traffic to these pages. If you're not driving traffic to the pages, then you're not going to get results. And that doesn't mean it's the page, because you don't know that until you get enough traffic to it to be able to have data to review that. So it's really important that you're paying attention to the data, and you're driving tons of traffic to your page, and then you're tracking that traffic. So when the traffic hits the page, out of the number of people hitting the page, how many are actually opting in? And those numbers will tell you exactly if it is a traffic problem or if it's your opt-in page problem, which could just be a content problem, okay? It's not juicy enough, or it's not enticing enough, or maybe your opt-in page is different from, the content is different from what you're promoted on your social media posts, and it just doesn't make sense to people. So there's different things that you need to be looking at before you change anything, okay? So these are the 3 opt-in pages. Really, these 2 are pretty much the same in terms of the layout. And then this one's a little different because we add in some bullet points here of what they're going to learn on this training. Now, I will tell you that it never hurts to put bullet points of what they're going to learn on the training on your opt-in pages. It never hurts. On these ones, I didn't, because I gave quite a bit of detail in the promotional, or some of it was promotional, but in my social media posts, my emails, I had already given them everything that they're going to learn on here. And then I sent them right to these pages. So there was no need to reiterate that information again. Although, if you have some cold traffic finding it, or landing upon it, or hitting it, you definitely want them to know what they're going to get. Typically, my headlines are pretty catchy and juicy, so they usually work pretty well. But in any case, it never hurts to put the bullet points below. Now, the other thing you'll notice on all 3 pages is that the opt-in is above the fold. Now, let me explain what that means. Above the fold means that when somebody lands on this page, they do not have to scroll at all to see your opt-in, okay? If you land on someone's page and it's a big picture, or how about this, like if you were to come to just selllikearebel.com, if you were to come here and you were to land on this page, if I had this picture here and I did not have a button here, okay, for you to opt in, that would mean that you would have to scroll down here to find this button right here, right? So you'll notice I made sure that I put that same color button right up here. So they can see it. They don't have to scroll to find this. They see it the second they land on the page. If they do happen to scroll down, it's down here again, and it's all brand, meaning all the colors. I don't have a different color button here than what I have down here. It's the same color. So you want to make sure that, one, you're staying on brand in term. Now, if you don't have a brand, just stay on, you could just stay on brand by keeping the same colors and the same text and font sizes and stuff like that, to keep some consistency on your page, okay? If you don't have a brand, you can just do that. But you'll want to make sure that you have a button, just like these pages here. You don't need to scroll to find this. And even over here on my page where I have my bullet points, you do not have to scroll to find this opt-in box. It's right here immediately when you pop in here. Now let me see, because I do have another one that's a little bit different. I just need to think of the name of it. Let me think. Actually, I can just go here into my pages. I do want to show you one more because there's these ones that I showed you here don't have an image. And I know that I have. Now, the reason I didn't save it as a template is because it just didn't convert as good as my other pages. That does not mean, though, let me see. That does not mean that if you add a picture to yours that it won't convert, because again, you have to test it out. So here's another one. My opt-in is still here above the fold. You do not have to scroll. I have my title up here. You can clearly see it. And then I have my image over here to the left. And then, so it says how to book massive discovery calls. Just enter your name and email to discover the 14 steps to more qualified discovery calls. They can enter their name, email, and give it to me. So, so this here is another example of, you know, maybe a page that you might create. So you could put a face to the name, right? So you could include a picture of an image of yourself. These are very simple opt-in pages. Now you can go bigger, you can go better, you can get more crazy with the layout. You can add more to the page. I'm just showing you what's working for me. But more importantly, I want to show you the easiest and fastest way to do this, because what's happening, I see so many entrepreneurs who say, oh my gosh, you know, I want to do this webinar, or I want to offer this free value, but I'm so stuck on creating the landing page and the thank you page. And that's, you know, I just need to get a designer to do the graphics, and I need to do all these things. And I don't know how to do the tech, and I don't know really how to add the form, and I don't know how to do all this stuff. And so I'm just like, I need to hire someone, or I'm just going to keep working on that before I can actually start to give value. And I'm showing you here that these convert just fine, and they take a few minutes, and you can do this right now. So there's no need to put off giving value, showing up, being visible, booking discovery calls, and closing sales. There's no need to wait to do those things until you have a page. Because if you have a WordPress account, you could go in there and create a page that looks just like any of these, okay, in like 5 minutes. Okay, so I've showed you a few different pages and examples, and now I want to show you how you can go into WordPress and you can actually create one of these pages. So what I would do, I would come in here to template, okay, and then I'm going to go with I'm just going to go with, I'll go with this one. So this template here, I'm going to say clone. I'm going to click on clone and just give it a second. WordPress will create another one. They'll clone this exact page, and now it just says draft. So now you can see. So now you want to go in and click on edit. If you're doing this and you don't have templates, you would go up here to the top and highlight and just create a new page. Okay, that's how you would do that. If you don't have a template, just click new page. It's going to open up exactly this way. Now, I use the Divi theme. Okay, I use the Divi theme because it is baller easy. It is plug and play. I can just drop stuff where I want it. It's super cool. And so that's what I use. I highly recommend, especially if you're going to be doing landing pages from WordPress. You really want a theme that's going to be super easy, so plug and play, just drag and drop stuff, and you also want it to look nice and be really customizable. So the Divi theme is baller customizable, okay? You can literally just do anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is just change this title, and I'm just going to say sample opt-in page, okay? I'm going to copy this and edit. I'm going to just toss that in here, so now the new, it now has a new title, page title, okay? So once you're in your page, okay, and you're using your Divi theme, the way that you want to do this, let me see. So I already have this here. I just want to show you guys kind of from scratch. So here's what I'm going to do. The first thing that I would do is I would come over here to insert a module. And I would just say that I want to, now you can see all these options it gives you. It's insane. And you can just drop these anywhere you'd like. You can choose everything. They have sidebar. They have video slider, video. You can, you could just put anything. We're going to choose text because we're making this really simple. I'm going to center it to the right, center it, my text. Come down here, center my text. I'm just going to hit save because what I'm going to do is I already have my text right in here, right? So basically what I'm going to do, now that I have that in here, I want to go in and edit this. Okay, so I'm going to go in and just say, this is a sample opt-in page, and then I'm just going to put using WordPress. Okay, I'm going to hit save and exit. And then I'm going to come down. You can insert whatever you'd like here. So I just say, this is proof that you can totally, create a baller high converting opt-in page using WordPress. And then I use ActiveCampaign for my forms, so you'd have to insert your form from whatever you use. MailChimp, Aweber, Infusionsoft, ActiveCampaign, whatever email marketing system you're using, you need to create the form inside that account and add it to this page. Okay? That way they can enter their name and email. And then you just click on Publish. And it doesn't take very long to show you guys how to do this because I'm not making these super complicated. We want to keep it really simple, okay? All right, I'm just going to take a quick drink while this updates. Okay, well, usually it does this a lot faster. Let me see if it'll let me view the page. No, not yet. Okay. All right, so now it's updated. So once it updates, what I'll do is, I'm just going to click on View Page here in just a quick second. It's just about done updating. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to click on View Page. And up here you'll see it just says Sample Opt-in Page, which is what we titled it. Just as an example to show you here how easy it is to just create a page. And here you are. This is a sample opt-in page using WordPress. This is proof that you can totally create a baller, high converting opt-in page using WordPress. Enter your name and email below to get started. So there you have it. I mean, it's literally that simple. That took me like 2 minutes to create the page. Now it'll take about 5 minutes if I do it from scratch. So let's go ahead and just do this from scratch so you can see how to do that. I'm going to come back to my pages. And I'm just going to go up here to a new page. So I'm going to create this right from scratch. Okay, and once we hit this new page, it's going to give me an option to use WordPress or use the Divi theme. So when I create blog posts, I always just use regular WordPress, but when I am creating a page, I use the Divi theme. So I'm just switch. You could go back to either one. You can, this here is, you can see it's just a regular WordPress page. When I use the Divi theme, I get all the plug and play, the drag and drop options. If it wants to let me, hold on, let me refresh, because for some reason it's not. WordPress must be having some kind of glitch or something. I'm going to go ahead and click on use the Divi theme. So now you can see here I'm using the Divi theme. So the first thing I do, I always come over and make sure that I am using a blank template, because I do not want a sidebar, the navigation bar. So I want a blank template. So that's the first thing I do. Then I will come in and I will say, this is also a sample page, okay? So that's the first thing I would do, and I'm just going to hit publish. Now you don't need to publish it until you've actually completed the page. I'm just going to publish it for the sake of time because it seems to be having a little delay. So we'll do that. Now you'll see that you have this box here. Now this box automatically shows up. So now you see we have this box. So you want to click here where it says insert column. You want to click here. I choose this here when I'm creating an opt-in page unless I'm doing an image. If you want to put an image on the left and your opt-in on the right or vice versa, you would use one of these. So these are the layouts. You choose how you want your opt-in page to be. You can choose however you want. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. Then I'm going to open it up. There's all these options. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to choose text. I'm going to drop it here in the center. I'm going to come down here. I want it centered here as well. And I'm just going to say, learn to set up an opt-in page using WordPress. Okay, so this looks boring and plain, so now I want to go over here and I want to make this bigger. So I also want to highlight this and make it black. So you could choose whatever colors you want. I'm going to bold this bottom piece because I just feel like it. And let's see. And I'm going to save. That looks good for now. Now I'm going to come down here right underneath it. I'm going to insert another one. I'm going to go ahead and just insert another text. You can also copy. I'm going to put this to the center. I'm going to come down here, hit center again, and I'm just going to say, learn how to easily and quickly create high converting opt-in pages using your WordPress account. I'm just going to say using WordPress. Okay? So I'm going to take this off here. I'm going to highlight this. I want it black. Probably 12. Maybe we'll make this one a little bigger. I'll go 14. And I'll bold this. I'll hit save. And then obviously underneath that I would have, I would either create a new bar or underneath this last part I would put my, I would have to have my opt-in, so your form from one of your, whatever you use for an email marketing system. But that's that part. So now I've got that in here. I'm going to click on update and I'm just going to open up a new page so I can view what it looks like so far. So we have the title up here. This is also a sample page. So I'm looking at this and I don't like the space between these two. I would like to see a little more space in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is come back over here. I'm going to open this up and then I'm just going to give that a little space. And I'm going to hit save and update. Come back over here and refresh. So you're going to have to get this where you want it, but there we go. That's fine with me. A little bit of a space between the words. And then under here you would have your opt-in form. And you can make these different colors. You can make them different sizes. If you wanted to, if you want to add like an image, come down here, add a row, do the two boxes instead of the one. You can drag this text over here, and then you can insert an image. So I'm just going to take like any old image that I already have. just to give you an example of how quick and easy this is. I'm going to set that image right there. Then I'm going to come in, because one thing you want to do is go through and check the settings. So animation, I always shut that off. What that means is, do you want the image to slide in, slide from the side, slide from the top, the bottom? I don't like any animation. I like it to just be sitting there. The image, we're going to do, actually I'll put it on the center. Let's see what that looks like, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to update that. Let's go see what that looks like. Okay, so now we need to, let me see how I have this here. Okay, so we have the image. So now what we need to do is go over here. And I want to actually switch these two pieces of content. You see how I just drag and drop? I love that. So now this says learn to set up an opt-in page using WordPress. This I would want to make bigger, but you remember you're going to have an opt-in box right underneath it as well. So what I would do is I would come over here, and now I would make this all you know, one size and one color, because I wouldn't bold this. So that's the first thing, because you want this to be at the top, straight across. So I would just put it like that. Boom, there we go, there's that. You can bold it, you can change the color of it. And then over here we want to change the size of this, because it's obviously very small. So you would just come in here, open this up. We have it in the center. And then I would make this much bigger. And then I would go create high converting opt-in pages using WordPress. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so I would change this a little bit. I would just come in here. I'm going to make it 24. Actually, and then I'm just going to put this as like a placeholder. Your opt-in form would go here. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put this in here, because you would have your opt-in form underneath here. Okay. Okay. And now let's go check out the page. So there you have it. Obviously, you'd have your opt-in form under here, so that would come down a little bit. And the other thing that you would want to do, you would want to give this a little bit of space. So what you want to do is bring that down just a little, so that it's not so close. You want it you want the text centered with your image like that, and then you put your opt-in here. And again, you can change the color. So that's how simple it is to create a landing page. And then your job is to drive traffic to the page, right? You need to drive traffic, and depending on what email marketing system you use, that is what will depend on how you add your form. Now, inside mine, I use ActiveCampaign. And in case you do use that, I'll just show you how this works. So I have an app, a plugin. You just download this, install this plugin. It's the ActiveCampaign form plugin. And basically, you can go into whatever form you create inside your ActiveCampaign account, you can create the form and add it here. So let's just say there's my form. All I have to do is choose the form I want, and WordPress puts it right here for me. Now when I come over here, I will now have an opt-in box here. Let's refresh it. So now we have an opt-in box. So basically, this is how you can, that's what it would look like. This looks pretty good. Obviously I would have a different image here if I was going to put an image, because that's not what this is. You can put some different colors in here if you want to make it prettier. You can put some bullet points down here at the bottom. But again, this is how simple it is and how quick it is to just set up a landing page. What's going to matter is that it's clean, it's distraction free, it's easy to read. Nobody has to scroll to see this opt-in box, and that you include a nice, juicy, catchy title, a small, brief description. If you're going to put an image, do that, and then your opt-in. And then again, drive the traffic to it. So that's how you can set up an opt-in page, a landing page, a lead magnet page, quickly and easily using WordPress. So let me know in the group if you have any questions, okay?